There are always elections happening. You know, even people typically get into the mindset of either every 4 years with a presidential election or every 2 years with a midterm election. The reality is elections happening every single year, um, whether they be at the local level, state level, special elections, stuff like that. I mean, even beyond that, you have special elections going on throughout the year, and a lot of other elections, local stuff happens in May, April, not even in November like they normally do. So really, there's no shortage of stories to go over. If once one's done, very quickly you're on to the next. And I think on one hand that can be very good because it keeps you busy. But on the other hand, there is this danger there where you don't want to get what I call election brain, where that's the only thing you think about. When you gotta keep in mind the elections themselves have consequences, and the reason you're interested in them isn't just the numbers or the sports like aspect to it, but because these have real consequences for people's lives in terms of who's running, whether it's the city, the state, the country. So I think that's what makes it pretty timeless. I don't know if that exists. Well, I do say that I have a certain quality, but I mean, I will say when I'm doing harder news, I tend to try to be, very like stick to the book a little bit. But I think if you read my blogs, they're a little bit more loose, and I have a tendency to have a bit of I guess I would like to call it a wisecracking sense to it. But I think one of the things I like to do is really take into account, history, broader trends in terms of what I'm writing about, because we're writing a lot just about Ithaca, and that's good and important and great. But at the same time, it's good to remember that there's a broader world out there, and a lot of what's happening in Ithaca is just part of that, part of broader trends. Katie Sims' story shows that when you have a place like Ithaca that is very progressive or very left leaning, or people in it vote for one side, you get to see that within that side there's actually a very different set of opinions itself, not just one or the other. And I think that what Katie Sims' story exemplifies is that that is a trend that we're probably going to see in more cities like Ithaca.